Welcome to Am I the A-Hole? Tonight we're going to be diving into some stories and judging random strands on the internet. I always like to go to the new topics because they're a lot fresher. Here we go. Am I the butthole for telling a relative to shut up after questioning if I'm gay right in front of my girlfriend? Last weekend I had a date with my girlfriend. Well, this time she's driving, and yeah, it's like the second time she's driving because the restaurant we want to eat is near to my place. An hour before, a relative who likes the cousin of my mom dropped by and gave her a very early Christmas gift as her flight to America was the next day. And the next hour, my girlfriend came. When the relative saw my girlfriend, she asked me, "Aren't you gay?" I do not know why the hell she thinks I'm gay. Last time I saw her, a cousin told me she thinks I'm gay for the way I act, but that was in the past, and this is the present. I told her to shut up out loud and told her it's very embarrassing and inconsiderate. I left from my date right after. When I went home, the relative was gone, and my mom got super mad for being disrespectful and demanded I say sorry. But I told my mom that was really shameful to question that, especially if I'm gay and I have my girlfriend with me. I was never gay. Am I the butthole? I mean, what your relative did was pretty inconsiderate and rude, especially right in front of your girlfriend. I'm gonna go with really not the a-hole, especially especially because you had your girlfriend right right then and there. However, OP, I would give you like 0.15 out of 5 just because of how loud you yelled it. Maybe you could have just kept it a tad quieter. Your relative will say they get about let's just go with 2.5 out of 5 buttholes. All right, I think that's definitely good. All right, next one. Am I the a-hole for wanting a normal wedding when fiance's father has passed and she hates being the center of attention? Okay, my fiance 26. We're both 26 and are both introverts. I'm definitely more outgoing than her, but we both have no problem showing up on a Saturday night and watching a movie. We started dating in college and got engaged this past summer. Our senior year of college and the second year of dating, her father passed away from cancer, and it was a very difficult time, but it only helped strengthen our relationship. Before getting engaged, my fiance talked about the idea of having a small, intimate wedding between our parents and our siblings. I grew up and my family still is on the other side of the country, so I only see them during holidays and during the summer. They don't visit that much, and we have gone back and forth about having a normal wedding and just having a small eloped wedding with just our immediate family or intimate family. I think OP was trying to say here. Her father not being here anymore, her need to be anything but the center of attention, and the expensive price tag of a wedding is the reasoning why. I understand this, but I selfishly want a normal wedding just because it's the only time all my family and friends will be in the same place at the same time with her and her family or friends. She says it's too expensive for one day and we're pretty frugal with money. Am I the butthole for wanting a normal wedding when I know in some ways it'll be a difficult day for a fiance and the love of my life? Eh, yeah, I gotta say you're. I'm gonna say you're kind of the butthole. I I want to put. I kind of want to put a backslash. You are and are not the butthole. As in, you are thinking selfishly a little bit. It's also your wedding day as well as hers. That's why you would not be the asshole. However, but she does have, but she does have wishes too, and I can't really give her a butthole score. I would give you about 1.5 out of 5. OP, I would say you get about 1.8, 1.7 out of 5 buttholes. That's really specific. And your fiance, I honestly give her 0.001. No, just 0 out of 5 buttholes. I know you're trying to be engaged about your wedding, but I think you might be going just a little bit too far with it. I would try to compromise somewhere in the middle. Next, am I telling? Okay, hang on, actually, I did not. Oh, the thread has been locked. Okay, this one I guess it's not being bet. See. Okay. Am I a-hole for forcing my 4-year-old daughter to finish her expensive dinner after she deliberately vomited all over it? Oops. OP? I'm just gonna ask. I'm gonna read this, but what the hell? So I'm a father of a 4-year-old toddler girl. As you know, parents probably know. As your parents probably already know, toddlers can be very capricious when it comes to food, aka picky. Some days they'll eat without a problem, other days they'll make a fuss, even if it's the same dish they love. Meanwhile, I've decided that we won't spoil the child by preparing a different meal if she doesn't like what she served for dinner. Our house is not a hotel. She will just have to eat what's put on the table and get used to it. But we naturally prepare good food, and we vary it up a lot. Alright. Now, last night my daughter refused to eat her mutton and cauliflower stew. Mutton exactly isn't cheap meat here in I'm sorry, OP, if I'm saying this wrong. Kyrgyzstan? She didn't like the cauliflower, but I forbade her from picking it out of the stew. She wasn't allowed to leave the dinner table until she finished the meal. She kicked up a huge tantrum, cried, etc., etc. But I remained resolute and didn't let her leave until under the table. She was going to eat that darn stew. So then she finally began eating after a few bites. Then her plate was still about 70% full. She put a very grimacing face and then vomited all over her food. I was pretty damn angry about this. She could have vomited the side of the plate or excused herself for that. But of course she had to vomit all over her plate. It was like they're trying to dodge finishing the meal and going straight to the ice cream dessert. I wasn't falling for it. So I refused to excuse her and told her she just had to finish the food, even with her vomit all over it. Kind of the vomit was basically just chunks of the meat that she'd just eaten. Not even digested yet. Only a little bit of goat cheese from earlier. No, it was not like nasty vomit in the movies. Okay? And my wife caved and wanted to excuse her daughter, offering to make her something else. But I firmly put my foot down, said the plate of food will be finished before she excused. After a lot of drama and crying, my daughter started to eat. So I gave her a choice. Either she eats or she gets either she gets 3 smacks on the backside with a wooden spoon. That did the trick. Good old-fashioned corporal punishment really was the motivator. And she chose to eat and eventually finished the plate. Then she told me she hates me and ran to her room. Typical toddler behavior. My wife's in a very bad mood after they called me an asshole. I argue there's no way I was going to sit a precedent where a daughter could just spew out what she doesn't like and then get away with it. She had to eat what is served. We are not spoiled Americans in this house who can just scream when daddy waddles over to McDonald's. So, I don't know. Was I an asshole or I did the right thing? Dude, yeah, yeah, that's really effed up, man. You forced her daughter to eat her own freaking vomit. You are the asshole. 100% here. That's disgusting, dude. That's like 4.5 out of 5 buttholes. That's almost abuse, dude. If she, okay, it's honestly disgusting, and creating not really child-friendly food. I'm not saying she has to love everything. I get it, but what I would have done is scraped off her plate and just let her be excused and realize what I did was a mistake. Because sometimes toddlers are like that, okay? Or you could at least agree to eat the mutton. If she was okay with the mutton, she would have been, at least getting some protein. But nope, you kind of had to have it your way, and then she vomited all over the table. Essentially, dude, you don't make your own daughter eat her vomit. You do that here in America, you're effed. Like, honestly, that's absolutely disgusting. The daughter, I'm not really going to give any butt points to here. She's a little girl. And your wife is getting 0 out of 5. I agree. That was absolutely freaking disgusting, dude. Wow. Wow. I mean, wow. Am I the butthole for getting upset every time my boyfriend sees his friends? They all get high. I've never read the slightest. I've been sunlight room. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, the other day when I was hanging out with my boyfriend 6 months, I noticed he smelled different. I sat there smelling him, and what about 3 times him being silent each time? The last time I asked him if he was smoking weed, he just nodded his head. As we continued to talk about it for a moment, I learned every time he hangs out with his friends, they smoke weed. I had no idea about this. I knew he smoked weed before this, but I didn't know it was this often. I assumed it was a very occasional thing, not the standard thing to do all the time when they hang out. He never told me about any of this. We had our argument for a while, ending us agreeing that he won't do it anymore. But he said that's just what they do when they hang out. He now doesn't want to see his friends because he doesn't want to ask why he isn't smoking. He told me that his friends probably won't want to hang out with him unless they're also going to get high together. I had to express to him that I don't like him doing it very often. This was months ago. He agreed with it, and I just assumed he wouldn't be doing it as much. And now I feel lied to. Although he said he still hasn't been doing it as much because he isn't seeing them as often as he did in the summer. That's only because he doesn't have as much free time. But it's still every time he's with them. Or for multiple occasions where I've been with him, and he's under to hang out early to go see them instead. Well, that would bum me out. That would burn me out a bit for the night. I now would just see us leaving me so we can go get high. Well, we're currently, for the most part, resolved. I still feel bad about it for some reason. I don't know why I have such an issue with it, but I really do. Am I wrong here? OP, I mean, OP, I would not. I would say you're not the. Honestly, everyone sucks here. I know. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this for a reason. Getting high is stupid. Agreeably, but but stress is tough, and he loves you, but sometimes we have our coping mechanisms, even if they aren't the healthiest. I, OP, I'm going to give you like 1.5 out of 5 buttholes, and boyfriend, I'll give him like probably about the same 1.5 out of 5 buttholes. Let's say you guys get the both amount. And just keep on resolving it, and will work itself out from what hopefully it says here. Both of you are wrong in just different ways, essentially. That was today's Am I the Butthole? Thank you very much, and we hope you enjoyed, and subscribe.